in a minute. Hello, 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 everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Yes. Yes. I have my visitor. I have my darling boy. Say hello, Reese.
Hi.
So we have our darling boy here with us, and just in a few minutes, we're going to give you a surprise guest. Another surprise guest. You're a surprise guest, aren't you? We're going to give you another surprise guest. But before we do that, first of all, we'd like to say hello to my spirit guide, Grey Eagle, who, as always, as you know, is standing to my right side. Grey Eagle was in life a member of the Apache Nation, which was a very strong warrior nation. A lot of people in America think of the Apache as being the fiercest and the most powerful of Native Americans, and they were in fact the last Native American tribes to, and I say tribes because there were three main tribes within the Apache Nation. Excuse me. And they were the last to capitulate to the white soldiers who came to steal their lands. And so the Apache hid in the Superstition Mountains, and they would leave their women and children and the old ones there for safety. A lot of the women would fight along with the men because they were a warrior race, and they were very, very special and very strong and very, very powerful nation. And being attacked. Yeah, let me just move. So, and also I'd like to say good morning to Chris. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, Rosemary. Good morning, Reese.
Good morning.
So, don't keep that, babe. So, Chris, do we have anybody on yet?
We do. They're still logging on, but we do have some people on now.
Okay. All right. So, tell us what your week has been like.
Well, much like you, I've had visitors, very special visitors, and it's definitely made some differences. Aren't we much happier and smiling more when we have our loved ones near us?
Yes, we're very happy. We're very happy and smiling here this morning. So shall we produce our very, very special guest, Reese? Okay, here you go then. And here is our very, very special guest.
Drum roll.
Hey.
And this was, give him to me a minute, because he's very lively. He just woke up. Come here, you horror. And here is our very, very special, very wriggly little puppy. Hey, stop. Let's give him something to chew on. Here, take that. How's that to chew on?
He's like, what?
How clearly can you see him, Chris?
When he's not moving in a blur, we can see him just fine. What a cute face.
Yes, and he's Reese's birthday gift, right, Reese? And I had him for a week before Reese came, and I had to take care of him all by myself, which was not easy because Reese, get your knees out, keep foot out of my back. And now we're taking turns on. We're taking turns with puppy duty, right, Reese? Mm-hmm. Here, he's yours. You take him. He's a wriggler. So, do you want to tell everyone what you've named him, Reese?
Apache.
His name is Apache. And come here. There you are. Say hello to Apache, who is adorable and beautiful. Here you go. Come and snuggle up to him. He's adorable and beautiful, and he's all yours. There you are. And that's it.
Hey, no.
Okay. I think he might need to go outside to play. You can bring him. You can bring him in later. Just put him down. Okay, yeah. And you take him out. There you go. There you are. Got rid of that. And as you can see, all of you out there who are probably laughing at me. We're having a lot of fun with this puppy. And my hands and my knuckles are showing little scratches all over the place. So anyway, Chris, so how did your time go with your visitors?
Well, of course, it was much too short. I dropped off my youngest son, Calvin, this morning. We get up at 5:30 and he was at the airport by 6. So everybody goes back to their lives, right?
I know, but it's nice to have them though, isn't it? It's nice to have them here. What happened to being outside with him?
Mama's in a meeting.
Oh, all right. So, okay. So, so we're trying to keep the puppy quiet, and
It always works.
and good luck with that. Okay, all right. And so, Chris, do we have anyone? Do we have any comments? Do we have any questions? I'm not quite sure where this show is going this morning, but there we are.
Well, Judith is saying, what a darling pup, and hello, Apache. Barb's saying, oh, I love the puppy. Everyone's saying good morning and thank you. Judith saying, I'm laughing. I remember puppy energy and puppy play. Phew.
Yeah, really cute.
Well, maybe
Well-
Reese could tell us what it was like showing up at your house nearly a week ago.
Can you tell people what happened?
So first we just arrived there, dropped her stuff. Then I had to close my eyes because there was a birthday gift.
You have to sit on the sofa and close your eyes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, go ahead. Remember to enunciate properly.
Just
I can-
eating the
Yeah, I
food.
can see him. I've got him. Oh, excuse me, everybody.
Backing up.
Bridget saying, that pup is almost as handsome as Reese, but not quite.
No, you can't have the wires. So you tell the story. So you sat on the sofa because
Closing
what?
my eyes.
Close your eyes, yes.
Then you came in.
Come on, sit up so
and
people
brought
can see
me the
you.
puppy.
And
It was.
he opened his eyes. We said, okay, you can open your eyes now. And he opened
I was
his
like,
wide.
"Finally!"
And then he opened his eyes even wider and wider. You couldn't believe it, could you? Then I said, he's yours if you want him. Right? Remember?
Mhm.
And what did you think? I think you were a bit scared at first, weren't you, because of the responsibility?
Mhm.
But we've talked about how it's important to have the responsibility. And how, can you remember how much he weighed when we
3
first?
pounds.
Well, he weighs 3 pounds and what? How many
4.
ounces
I
now?
think
He
7.
weighs 3 pounds and 7 ounces now, but he only weighed 2 pounds and 12 ounces when Mosey actually got him home. Yes, you did. Rare to you too. Okay. Ooh, thank you for those kisses. Thank you for those kisses. Here you go, Reese. Come here. Let him kiss you. Let him give you kisses.
Hey, good to you too.
Thank you. All right. That's
So is that the best gift you ever had, Reese?
Yes.
that's a let's play. So I think you're going to have to go and play with him a little bit.
Apache.
And Rosemary, you were talking about your
Hey.
best gifts the
No,
last
what's
show
you?
with your doll, with your teddy.
Yes. My
Hey,
my
no.
first gift was Daisy. This, of course, Apache is not Reese's first gift, but it might be his first, the best ever gift that he's ever had, I think. And we would love to hear from people. What was your best gift that you, when you were a kid? What has your best gift been aside from? Because we can go down the road of being mummies and daddies. Aside from the kids, and aside from the love of your wife or your husband, we want to know what your best gifts, the most valuable gifts to you, are that you have received aside from, because of course my best gifts were my daughter and my grandson. We can all go down that road, but we don't want to know that, because we know that. We want to know more and more about what are the best gifts that you have ever received, that you can ever remember receiving. Okay, Chris, can you think what your best gift was?
I don't know about best because it really depends on age, doesn't it? So I can remember when I was probably about 8, they used to have this catalog, a Christmas catalog from Sears and Roebuck. And it was one of those catalogs that when you were a child, your parents put it on the seat at the dining room table to make you sit taller. It was that thick. And there is something in there called the Carousel Kitchen, and it had 6 sides to it. It was probably, I don't know, 1.5 feet tall or so. And it had little plastic dishes. And when I say little, I mean like maybe 1/2 inch big, and pots and pans and fake tins of vegetables and, chickens and hot dogs,
Wow,
that you would
sounds
have on the
amazing for a
table.
little girl.
Yeah, exactly. And it had a working, if you poured water in a certain place in this Carousel Kitchen, you could turn on the kitchen faucet and little drips of water would come out.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was my earliest memory, I would say, of a gift.
Well, I can remember getting my hamster from my brother Terry, who took me to a pet shop. Never been to a pet shop before, and he took me out, and much to my mother's chagrin, I think, we came home with a hamster, and my father built a cage for the hamster, and I think I was probably about 10 or 11 or something like that at that time. And his name was, I called him Dusty. And we've had so much trouble finding a name for Reese's puppy. So when we finally came up with this great name, we're very happy about that, aren't we, Reese? So Reese is actually on the floor next to me, playing with the puppy and keeping the puppy occupied. All right, Chris. So what have we got here? Who have we got? And what have people got to say to us today?
All right. So one of the first questions that's coming through is, did Samantha know this wonderful gift was coming? Haha.
Oh yes, I wouldn't. No, I would not do that to my daughter. But when I first suggested it, she did not really want a puppy, and I can understand why, because they're a lot of hard work, and then of course they live for years and years if you're lucky, and you're stuck with them forever, and they tie you down, and you can't go places and so on. We decided that we would get a small dog, and we are more inclined towards bigger dogs. 35, Cachorro was 35 pounds, but Nino was 80 pounds. So we're more inclined to sort of going the larger dog way. But because Samantha didn't want to be tied down, we wanted to get a puppy that she could carry on a plane, that she could carry around in a bag if she so desired, or Reese could carry around in a bag. And in fact, we have got a special bag. And Reese, where did we go? Where did we take the puppy? Because he's not old enough yet to.
We took him to Walmart.
We took him to Walmart, but we didn't let him out of his carrier, did we? And where else did we take him to?
The jetty.
That we took him to the jetties to watch the sunset. And Reese carried him, and while we were walking with him, he was fine. But the moment we sat down, he wanted to get out of the bag. So we had to keep on walking, and then we put him in the car, and he, like any good baby would, the movement of the car just rocked him to sleep and calmed him down. So it was fun, wasn't it, Reese, to take him? So So he has been on outings, but he hasn't had all his shots yet, so we can't take him out in public. We can't take him to the beach. We can't take him to all of those places, but we have taken him on some little journeys here and there. We hope that he won't grow to be much more than about anywhere between 9 and 15 pounds, which means that Samantha and Reese can take him on planes and travel with him fairly easily. So that was what determined the kind of dog, the size of dog, etc., etc., etc. And I've never had a small dog before, so this is new for me. But hey, they're just the same anyway, and I know how to train dogs. I'm pretty good with dogs, and so he is at the moment. He is, I think, 3 pounds and 7 ounces, and he is not. He's 10 weeks old, so he's tiny. He's a little tiny little rat of a thing at the moment. Keep going, Chris.
All right. Nancy said her first gift was also a puppy, so.
Oh.
I think she knows that feeling.
So,
Annika says, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Well, we want to know a little bit more. Was the puppy a boy or a girl? What was his name? What kind of a puppy was he? We want to know these things. Keep going, Chris.
Annika says, my best gift at the time was probably my first Barbie doll. My mom made her clothes too.
Oh, nice. Very nice. Yes.
Then Cheryl says, the best gift I ever got was a purple sparkle banana bike in the 60s. I rode that bike all over the place until it wore out. Lots of adventures with it.
Oh, gosh. How lucky you were. I never had a bike. I never had roller skates. My sisters did. My 3 sisters had bikes, and they all had roller skates. And I was never really allowed to use their bikes. They were mostly on them anyway, and we would share the roller skates. If one of my 3 sisters was not roller skating, I was allowed to use their roller skate. I don't mean to get the violin out here, but it sounds a little bit like we sort of like the poor orphan being left out in the cold, but that's not really, it was how it was. My 3 sisters got watches and I never did. You know how that is. It is what it is, right? And look at me, and I am the strongest and I am the happiest of all of them. How about it? See?
There we go.
It taught me. Adversity teaches you things, right?
Judith says, I loved my tiny tears when I was very young.
Tiny tears. Wow.
Do you know what that is? I don't.
Yeah, it's a doll.
Okay.
I think I remember buying one for Samantha when she was a very little girl, a tiny tears. And they used to have little tears come out of their eyes. Of course, you had to put water in one end in order for it to come out the other end. I can't remember quite how it worked, but yes, tiny tears.
Well, she continued on saying, later, I wanted a bicycle. Daddy said no. He was concerned I would get hurt, but Santa brought one anyway. I discovered the world on that bike.
Well, weren't you lucky? Even though Daddy said no, Santa decided, well, hey, you needed one. We like Santa for that, don't we, Reese?
Nancy wants to know what breed the puppy is. He looks like maybe a poodle.
He is a cockapoo. So he's a cross between a cocker spaniel and a poodle.
No, cross between a cockapoo and a poodle.
Oh, he's a cross between a cockapoo and a poodle. So anyway, he has straighter hair than a poodle, which we're happy about, because of course Cachorro was a cocker spaniel, and we love cocker spaniels. So so we are happy that even though his curly is not too curly, and he's gorgeous. So, and he's sort of got a sort of squarer face than a poodle has. So yes, but he's sort of furry and cuddly and gorgeous. Anyway, keep going, Chris.
Okay, Uncut Funk says, I loved the Sears catalog, but my all-time favorite gift was when I was 16 in 1985. I received a 1967 Mustang convertible.
Oh, wow. Well, now that's way up there of great gifts. Wow, how nice is that?
Judith says, I did crash my bike and broke my arm. After a couple of weeks, I was trying to ride with my clunky cast on.
Yes, well, these things can be a little dangerous, but let me tell you what seems to be more dangerous to me is the what are the boards that you ride, Reese? It's the skateboards they go so fast on, and and skiing. When Reese goes skiing, my heart is in my mouth when he goes skiing. Of course, being a city girl, we never had a chance to go skiing or do any of those things. So.
Nancy says, my puppy was given to me and the family after recovering from a car accident. I had a broken leg. The puppy was a female Springer Spaniel named Freckles.
Yes, Tom. All right. Well, that's all right. You have to excuse me for 1 second here. I have to go open the door for the puppy. Give me a sec. I'll be back. Oh, good. Can you open the... Sorry, good. Just in time. All right. So, yes. Trickles. Did she say trickles or pickles?
No, Freckles.
Freckles. Freckles, okay.
Freckles, like the brown dots on
yeah,
your face.
Springer Spaniels are they're beautiful animals. Of course, they're a little bit crazy until they get to about 4 or 5 years old. Was your Springer Spaniel a little crazy until it was about 4 or 5 years old? And then they calm down. They become the most beautiful, obedient dogs, but it takes them a little while to grow up, I think. Chris, keep going.
Samantha says, today is my first marriage anniversary.
Oh.
Is there any message from my ancestors or from Grey Eagle on this happy occasion? Please send me yours and Grey Eagle's blessings for both of us.
We'll absolutely do that. And I'm listening to Grey Eagle, who says that just to say that we, all of us, and all of those in the spirit world, we send you many blessings and much love because we feel that this is a very special and a very blessed day for you. So how nice for you. Okay, keep going, Chris.
Annika says, I cannot stress how much I love reading Rosemary's books. Currently reading A Walk in the Clouds, and that's a cute little pup.
And it's a cute little what?
Pup.
Oh, a cute little pup, yes. Right. Oh, well, thank you. Yes, I like A Walk in the Clouds too. It is one of my favorites. Some great stories in there. And, yes. I shouldn't say I love my books as well, should I? Because I should be a little bit more, it sounds as if I'm blowing my own trumpet. But you know what is the really fun thing and the great thing about reading my books is the stories. And it's the stories and the people in the books and their stories that really make the books absolutely great and absolutely amazing. And I feel really, really blessed that I've been able to have that communication with all of these people that I write about, and in such intimate and special circumstances too. So thank you very much for that. Yes. A Walk in the Clouds is one of my favorites. Keep going, Chris.
Sandra's wondering, can you tell me something about my love relation, if I may be so free to ask?
Of course you can ask. However, as we have little boys and little puppies here, it's a little bit difficult to do that today. So perhaps, maybe next week you can ask the same question and we'll see what we can do.
Nancy's wondering, are you planning on having any upcoming classes? I would love to learn to speak or communicate with my guides.
We are doing more webinars. We just have to, we've only just, believe it or not, we're only just getting over Christmas and getting over the new year. And I've been sick and we've had visitors and Chris has had visitors. And we plan, once this visitor thing is over and done with, we plan on buckling down, don't we, Chris, and sorting out some stuff.
Yes. Sandra says she would like to buy a little doggy, maybe a Chihuahua someday.
Just watch out for him.
Why?
He's right there.
Okay, I'll watch out for him. You mean don't squash the puppy?
Yes.
Is that what you're saying to me? Don't squash him. I won't squash him. Okay, but thank you for telling me. So do you want to tell people any more about the puppy or anything about your being here?
I also got this snuggly dog for Valentine's Day, and he looks just like him.
And you didn't know you were going to get him then,
No.
did you? No, he does. Yes, we got him a snuggly. Well, his mummy got him a snuggly that looks just like this puppy. And he didn't even know he was getting the puppy. And we were amazed at how much the snuggly puppy looked like the real thing. He wants to play, Reese. Put him down. Put him down and roll his ball and play with him. Okay. Sorry, everybody. Keep going. That's what
Well,
today
you have
is
an
like.
exciting day there. Bridget was one of our bottom brickers, says, I recently received a surprise gift from my youngest daughter on Valentine's Day. This package was delivered addressed to Mama Bear. I opened it and there were these 3 small plant pots. Together they spell best mama ever. There was a very sentimental card enclosed that touched my heart so deeply. The feeling overwhelmed me. My daughter is 24 and struggling financially as young people do. I called her in tears to thank her. She said, I just got my tax refund check and wanted to surprise you because I had a little extra. The thought behind this small gift made my heart explode. I have tears now remembering it.
Oh, Bridget, thank you for sharing that story with us. We love that story. And what a great gift. And what a great gift. And if any of you want to know more about Bridget, who is lovely, Bridget is one of our bottom brickers. And I think you can, if you go to my website, you can see Bridget, or a little bit of Bridget, doing her bottom brick. Chris.
All right. Cheryl says, I had a sweet Cocker Spaniel puppy given to me after our house fire. I love her so much and named her Velvet. I had her until she supposedly was stolen or escaped while we were out.
Oh, that's very, very sad. You know, I can remember Kachora one day. I was actually outside washing the windows. I know you don't think that I do these things, but I do these things. I was outside washing the windows, and somehow or another, Kachoro got out at the same time, and I saw him. It was just right there on the lawn. He wouldn't have gone very far anyway, and I ran in to get his leash and came out literally 2 seconds later. Hello, you.
I just realized I was eating these things on the floor, and I realized they were my pancake crumbs.
Oh, that's all right. He can eat pancake crumbs. So hello, you. And literally under my nose, he was gone, and he was taken. And excuse me, yes. And so I did all the. I went to the local the local vets, and I went to all the local pet shops, and I went to all the places where you would look, and I put his picture around everywhere. And we were very lucky because one of our neighbors had seen this lady pick up Cachorro and put him in her car. Now, when you see a puppy in somebody's garden, you go and you pick up the dog, and you take the dog and you knock on the door, right? And you say, does this puppy belong to you? But he was put in her car and he was whisked away. And it was only because someone saw her and knew that she lived a little way away from us that we were able to find him. And so we called this lady and I said, I understand that you picked up my puppy. And oh yes, oh yeah, oh he's your, well I and on it went. And I said, well, I'd like him back, please. And she'd only had him for about half a day. And when he was returned to me, he was returned without my realizing it for at least an hour. He was returned to me with fleas jumping all over him. And apparently she had several dogs and several dogs with several fleas. And we had to bomb the house because the dog had all these fleas. But at least we got him returned, fortunately, because another neighbor had seen that she'd taken him.
Wow.
Hello, you. Hello. Do you want your elephant? Shall we give him his elephant, please?
Unless he...
Oh, sorry. There. One doggy with an elephant. So do you want to take him, or do you want me to hold him for a little bit? What do you want? What do you want to do?
Can we please stay here?
Yes, you can see. Of course you can. Yes. Look, he's really having a good old chew at this effluent. Right, keep going, Chris.
Sherry Lynn says, I'm just home from my friend's funeral. I hope we gave her a good send-off.
I'm listening to Greg Eagle, and I'm also listening to somebody else who's calling out to me, it was the best and not at all sad. So that's great. So yes, obviously you gave your friend a good send-off. Chris, keep going.
Nancy says, I have had Springer Spaniels all my life. Yes, it takes a few years for Springers to calm down. The first couple years makes one wonder, what was I thinking?
Oh,
but in the end, it's all worth it.
See, Reese, it's all worth it. Excuse me. It's all worth it in the end. Thank you for those kisses. Thank you so much for those kisses.
Carolyn's wondering if you know yet what soul sign Apache is.
Oh, well, this is not the first time I've been asked this question, right, Chris?
Correct.
I think I know, but I'm going to have Reese help me to figure it out so that he can see what we need to be doing here. We're talking about a certain energy. You know all about energy, don't you? And you know about auras. What do you think the puppy's aura is at the moment?
Red and gold.
Red and gold. Yes, I think it might be red and gold. All of this energy. Good job. Good job there. So red is the energy and gold is the purity. Oh, gold is the purity. Hey, you. That hurt, Nippy. We should have called him Nippy. Keep going, Chris.
Jennifer's saying, hi, Rosemary. I have been having some discomfort in my left arm. I think I may have some issues with my heart. Should I go see the doctor or am I overreacting?
Without a doubt. And get on with it. Go straight away, my lovely. Don't wait. Don't wait. I don't see that you're going to have a heart attack, but obviously something's going on. Get on with it. Don't leave those things. Don't think, that it's nothing, because it could be something. And, it could be simply that your blood pressure is a little bit high. Okay, you need to put him on the floor now a little bit, Glenn, because he's a bit too lively. Why don't you get his rope and his chew and his all those things that he's got? Here, look, darling. Reese? Okay, well.
Annika says, I also took You Own the Power out. You speak of hearing, seeing, smelling with all of your senses.
That's right.
Looks like the puppy nipped you below your lip there, Rosemary.
Yeah, just a bit. That's all right.
Yeah.
You know, this is the, is it bleeding?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is it? Oh, well, that a horrible little dog that he is. What a horrible. This is the joy of having a puppy. And, you know, as they get older and we keep them occupied more, then that's, you know, then that's what it takes. That's what it takes. Believe you me, from my puppies that I've had more than a little nip or two. Actually, when I first had him the first week and I was with him by myself, he sunk one tooth right into there and it hurt. I'm not going to tell you what I said, but I dropped him pretty quick.
It was
hurt.
double happiness, wasn't it?
It was double happiness. Double happiness, double happiness. That's what this means. The phoenix and the dragon, double happiness, double happiness. That's why I wore it today. Because we have double happiness. We have a puppy who's happy and we have a darling boy who's happy. We have two darling boys actually who are happy, don't we, Reese? So that's double happiness that we have today.
Andrew says, no questions this week, but now working my way through Proud Spirit and You Own the Power. Also, Dark Star by Lord Doubting that somebody suggested might help me. And I also read Soul Signs. I think I'm an Earth visionary.
I think you might be right, Andrew. What a nice. My daughter is an earth sign and she's visionary. And because she's a middle, she's a central soul. That means she can go either way. She can see both sides of a situation and both sides of a problem very easily. And she's also able to get on with people in a much better way than I can or you can, Chris, because we are both, you know, you are on the left of things and I am on the right of things, and there's a tendency for us to not always see the middle road or the middle ground.
Cheryl says, sad news about the Ukraine. Is this the third shaking of the world?
Well, it is very sad news, but you know, this is something. It's not just the Ukraine. This is something that's been going on for forever, since we humans inhabited this earth. There have been wars, there have been fights, there have been disagreements, there have been all of those things going on, and this is just the way of the world. I don't know if it's the third thing that's happening because if you look around and you look around at the different countries, there's much more than the Ukraine. What's going on in the Ukraine that's going on here? There are lots of disputes and lots of you know, arguing and fighting, and why can't people just find peace rather than war? That's what you want to say.
Well, it starts right at home in families and it moves outward. So if you can't take care of it in a family, how do we expect to do it worldwide?
That is so true, Chris. That is really so true. You know, we talked a couple of weeks ago, I think it was. We talked because February was the month of love and is the month of love. And we talked about, you know, if you have a disagreement with someone or if you haven't heard from someone in a long time. And I'm remembering Andrew, I think, getting in touch with his daughter. I think that was one of those things that came out of that. But if you've got disagreements or you haven't spoken to someone in a while because either they fell out with you or thought you said something or did something, or you thought they did something, now is the time to sort things out. And we really need to sort things out. We really should not have those negative thoughts, especially within the family. If you have a chance to put things right, then you should take it. And you're right, Chris. If we can't agree within our own family situation, there are squabbles within our own families, or there are squabbles with neighbors, or then wider still, there are squabbles with the town, and so on and on it goes. then inevitably there are going to be squabbles between countries. But unfortunately, I think this has gone a step too far.
Well, that rolls right into your week 8 of Angels in Training, because week 8 is plan a date with someone you love, and it's all about reconnecting and reviving your relationships.
Well, that's great, because without actually realizing that it was week 8 of Angels in Training, I've been spending special time with Reese and with Samantha, and we went for a drive yesterday, didn't we, darling? And we tried to find an animal center in Venice or in Sarasota, but we couldn't find anywhere. We tried to find riding lessons, and we couldn't find any. Good way. But we did try. We tried numerous phone numbers, and I've been trying for a few days before they came to see if we could organize something, but we couldn't find anything. But we still had some nice quiet time. Reese had the most delicious, it really did look like the most delicious chocolate milkshake. I could have had one myself. It did look good. Was it good, Reese? So we've been connecting, and we've been joining, and we've had the puppy, of course, to connect us. And Mosey's been helping you to train him right, and teaching him how to feed the puppy, to make him sit and stay before we feed him. And the puppy's learning, really, isn't he? He's learning very well to do those things. Because, you see, I am a very tough person, right, Reese? I don't allow children to misbehave. I give them the hard stare, right? Like Paddington. When Paddington Bear gives the hard stare, Mosey can give the hard stare. So I don't allow naughty children, and I don't allow naughty dogs either. They all have to behave, right, Reese? Yes. So... okay, Chris, keep going.
Well, part of the paragraph in your lesson ties in with your theme for today, which is about gifts, because it says, as an angel in training, you will discover that the quality time you spend with someone you care about will be as much of a gift to you as it is to them. And then your angels will love you more because of the love you share with others.
Right. And are we sharing time and love and things like that? What else is Mosey doing with you? Come talk to us up here. What else is Mosey doing with you? We're helping you with your writing, right? To write a little better, because his writing isn't as good as it can be, but we've learned to put the bottom on the line. So we keep our bottoms on the line, right? Mm-hmm. And we keep our tails under the line. And we keep our letters, all of our letters, below the top line, don't we? Ouch! Ouch! Come here, you. Horror. I'm not
Sandra says, my best present as a child was a record player. I wanted so bad to play my own 45 records. You would put the record in a case, close the lid, and the record would play, and I loved it. My first record was Tom Jones because my mother loved him.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Well, Tom Jones is still going on. What is that show that he's often on? I don't really watch it a lot, but occasionally I watch it. Is it The Voice?
Yeah, it could be in a different country, though, as opposed to like America.
No, I think it's no, I think it's an American show. It's called The Voice, but they might have it all over the world. I don't know. Our friend Karen, who lives in Canada, she loves The Voice. She watches it religiously. I actually only watch it occasionally. So yeah, but Tom Jones is still going, and he's still got an absolutely great voice. He was singing on The Voice the other day. Keep his bottom up. That's it.
Judith wants to know, do you have any soul signs classes scheduled? Maybe.
Well, we thought of it, haven't we, Chris?
We do have the placeholder ready.
Yes, we do have the placeholder ready. So the answer to that question is yes. If you want to know what your soul sign is or how you figure out how your soul sign is, we will be having webinars to help us to figure that out. If you are interested in joining in our webinars, whether it's for soul signs or whether it's connecting with the spirit world or whether it's learning how to give healing, if you are interested in those subjects, if you write to our office, write to Chris Kris at rosemaryaltea.com and say that you're interested in these things, and then we'll know what all of you would like to do, and we'll accommodate you. We'll try to accommodate you as much as we can.
Well, it might help which course you do first by how many people want to do it.
Yes.
All right. I don't have any other questions at the moment.
Oh, is that it then? You know what happens if there are no questions? That's it. Reese, do you want to say anything to people before we leave? Do you want to say goodbye? Do you want to wave bye for the puppy?
Okay.
So this is, come here, babe, just a second. So this is Apache saying goodbye. You won't see him again until he's...
Saturday.
Oh, yes, Saturday. That's right. You'll see him on Saturday. And then after that, you won't see him again until he's grown, probably, or in the summertime when he's a lot older. And we hope better behaved, don't we? Do we hope better behaved?
Mm-hmm.
I've got to go and mop up the blood on my mouth now. Is it still bleeding or has it stopped? I think it's stopped, hasn't it?
It stopped, but there's still blood there.
Oh my golly. Will I be scarred? Will I be scarred for life? So
Annika has a question.
Yes.
All right. Scrolling back up. Give me 1 second. It was there and then it left.
I think it's winding down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Do you?
Annika, I'm not finding it, so you might have to
I'd
retype
rather
it.
you didn't yawn on the camera. Put your hand over your mouth. Do you know, I'm fed up of this puppy getting all the kisses and I don't get any.
Annika's saying she heard her darling's voice in the shower and wondered if that was an actual connection or, I'm assuming, imagination.
No, I think, you know, very often when we least expect it, we can hear our name being called, or we can hear our loved ones in the spirit world talking to us. It may well be your imagination, but it's more likely that it was real. But now you have to pay attention and now you have to just listen. People often say, well, how do I hear? Well, you have to just be quiet and you just have to listen. Stop asking, are you there? Where are you? Give me a sign, show me a sign. Stop asking all those questions and just be quiet and listen. Okay, go and put him there. You can take him in the sunroom now, please.
Nancy says, I would like to ask a quick question.
Go ahead.
My
Nancy.
job has been giving me problems. They have not been paying me on payday lately. I feel like I should contact a lawyer. Do you think I should contact a lawyer?
You know, before you go the lawyer route, there are places that you can go. You can go to the the advisory bureau to find out what it is that you need to do. But if they're not paying you, why are you still working there? Is my question. And it may well be that you have to stay there in order to make sure that they do pay you. Have you spoken to anyone? Have you gone to the boss and said, it's payday? Thank you very much. I need my check. Have you done that? Go to the advisory bureau. There are also lawyers who do pro bono work in these areas. And so you need to check that out. But if you go to the advisory bureau in your local community, and you'll probably find the names of those people. If you go to your library, they'll have names of people who can help you, and definitely go and check that out. You're not working for free. You shouldn't be working for free, and they should be made to pay you what they owe you. So you need to, my advice to you, Graham's advice to you is putting his hand on my shoulder as I'm saying this, is get going on it. Don't wait any longer. You know, the more you say nothing to them, the more they'll just think that they can get away with it. So, you know, go and get some advice as to what you need to do. It may well be that at some point you might have to go the lawyer route. The only problem with that is you'll probably have to pay the lawyer probably nearly as much, if not more, than you're owed in wages. So, you know, just go to the advisory bureau first and get some help there. Also, you know, places like the Salvation Army, I love the Sally Army. Go, you know, places like the Salvation Army, or you know, where else, Chris, would you send someone like for information like this?
Well, I think depending on where you are, you can Google it to say, you know, lawyer help, lawyer free help. There's things online for that. But Nancy added on saying, yes, my supervisors know I have not been getting paid. I have gone to the Department of Labor. They are doing something behind the scenes. I think my job is doing this to get us to quit.
Well, you know, why would you want to work for someone who doesn't pay you? But however, they have to pay you. So, you know, maybe you should start looking for another job, but they need to pay you. So it's, you know, if they want you to quit, why don't they just give you a severance package? And or why don't they just, you know, what is it, make you redundant or something? There are lots of ways to go seek professional advice. That's what you need to do.
All right. Well, we're still at the same place, Rosemary, with no more questions.
Okay.
Waiting.
Well, then my grandson awaits me. So, Chris, I'm sure you've got lots to do as well. So I just would like to say thank you, everybody, for joining us. It's been a puppy day today. We should be back on Saturday for story time. Oh, hello. We should be back on Saturday for story time, and oops, and until then, please, all of you out there, thank you so much. I'd like to say thank you to you, Chris. I'd like to say thank you to Grey Eel. I'd like to say thank you to Reese and the puppy for joining us, special guests. And I'd also like to say thank you so very much to all of you for joining us. And until I see you again, which hopefully will be Saturday. If you want to know more about me, go to the website, Rosemary at RosemaryAltea.com. Is that right? No, it isn't. Rosemary Altea. RosemaryAltea.com. If you want to send an email, Rosemary at RosemaryAltea.com, or Chris, Kris, at RosemaryAltea.com. And there are lots of numerous ways to join us. Is it still bleeding? Oh no. Oh, I'm injured now.
Very, very slowly.
I'm so injured. Anyway, until I see you all again, please, 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 all of you, have a very, very, I do love you, so. Have a very, very, very blessed rest of the day, everybody. Bye-bye.